Like this. Like this.
What's up, YouTube? This is Ryutachi here to bring you a Naruto update video. Obviously, like I said in my other video, I've been gone for 13 weeks, give or take. So, I figured I'd catch up on Naruto. Obviously, once again, there's no new chapter out, but like I said, I'm just going to fill you in on what I've read so far. Now, I did catch up to the where they left off in the manga. I'm kind of sad there's no new manga this week, but it's all good. So, to me, the most biggest surprise factor of it all was when I left. You know, we was all wondering who is these people, the people that know everything. You know, who are they? So many guesses and different ideas out there, and we finally get it out. Now, I don't necessarily remember what chapter it is, but when we seen Orochimaru and Sasuke go to I guess the Uzumaki shrine, and you see him put on a specific mask, and next thing you know, you see the Shinigami come out, and he pretty much kind of like commits seppuku, more or less, and he gets his arms back. So now Orochimaru is not necessarily at full strength, but he's almost there. I mean, he's got his arms back after like all these years. And next thing you know, he does the resurrection jutsu, Impure World Resurrection Jutsu, whatever it's called, and to bring the people that know everything back. And who are these people, like, that we've been waiting for this all time? It's the Kages, the 4 Kages. Now, when I first seen that, I'm like, oh my goodness. I heard about this when I was at boot camp. Actually, oddly enough, I found people in boot camp that like Naruto, so I kind of found this out beforehand. But nonetheless, when I read it, I still got that shock and awe factor, you know. The first Hokage, the second Hokage, the third Hokage, and the fourth Hokage are back. And not only are they back, but they're pretty much normal. If you remember in part 1 Naruto, the horrible time they were shown by Orochimaru, they pretty much were the most wackiest characters ever. Like, first Hokage, second Hokage was horrible. It was whack, it's motionless, and it was horrible. But now, Orochimaru, when he bring them back, they're pretty much normal. The only thing that's different is they're dead. And obviously, and they got unlimited chakra. So anyway, they're back, and pretty much, to me, that's more or less the main event that's happening. Obviously, Sasuke is there questioning. He wants to know everything, you know, pertaining to this, his clan and all that fun stuff. But to me, it's interesting to see all 4 of them together. I think it was like one little comical scene where one of the Kages like didn't even know who the 4th was, because obviously the 4th came later than the 1st and 2nd. But if you see, I don't know, maybe it's just me, or maybe a few other people got this, but to me the first Hokage reminds me so much of Goku. Like, as soon as like the first page I actually seen his personality, he reminded me so much of Goku. Because I mean, the first Hokage is pretty much the strongest ninja ever, or up there. I mean, he's the god of the shinobi. But at the same time, he's like humble, and he's cheerful, and he's not serious. Like, before this, I always thought the first Hokage was going to be like a serious type dude, more or less. But to me, he's pretty much like Goku of Naruto. So I kind of like that. I don't know how everybody feels about it, but I thought it was kind of cool. And if anything, it just shows respect for Dragon Ball Z. And you see the second Hokage. The second Hokage, I don't want to say I don't like him, but he's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. I mean, I don't know if you know this. You should know this. Obviously, my name. I'm a Uchiha fan. Obviously, I like Itachi. I like Sasuke. And the second Hokage does not like freaking Uchihas. I mean, he pretty much wants to rid the world of Uchihas. Now, I understand his reasoning. Obviously, the Uchihas with the whole revolt and all that fun stuff. So I understand his reason that he never trusted him to begin with. He never even wanted to form an alliance. But he's kind of getting on my nerves with that whole I want to kill all the Uchihas things. And you see the third Hokage really didn't have too much interaction that much. Told a little story. And we see the fourth Hokage. Fourth Hokage is pretty much how we expect. Just the fourth Hokage. The main interaction really is just the first and second. We see when they was under the resurrection jutsu. Like I said, Orochimaru pretty much he gave them freedom. They had all their emotions, their power, and all that fun stuff. So they're pretty much normal, minus being dead. But we see the first Hokage, and then it was either the first or second. They pretty much was like, you know what? I'm tired of being under this jutsu. I'm done. And you just see the first Hokage sit down. Like he broke Orochimaru's spell on him just like it was nothing. So I give that right there just gives you an idea how strong he is. And even the second Hokage, when he seen Sasuke, I think is when Sasuke put on his Sharingan or Mangekyo, one of them. You see the second Hokage instantly get mad, like, oh, I'm about to kill you. And they say, it's damn near spiritual pressure is coming out from the second Hokage. And you see Orochimaru putting up his hand sign, like stuff is about to go down. And then you see the first Hokage like glance over, like, you need to settle down. This ain't the time or place to do this. And he stops, but so we're somewhat understanding the power scale of how strong the first and second was. I mean, the second pretty much having spiritual pressures, good enough to scare Orochimaru. I mean, Orochimaru went trembling, but he was prepared for a fight. And you see the first easily breaking Orochimaru's jutsu and pretty much controlling the second. And so that's gonna be interesting to see when he actually fights. Also, we get more of a backstory on the first and Madara. To me, it somewhat reminds me of Naruto and Sasuke a little bit. They were born rivals, pretty much. And when they were kids, obviously they would train, and they trained with each other before they knew of each other. They both had hints that they were enemy, but they didn't care. So eventually, as they were growing up, they got better and stronger together. And even then, as little kids, Madara already knew that the first Hokage was stronger than him, which is kind of amazes me. I think he even had a Sharingan by then, and the first was still better than him. But hey, so we see at one point both families on each side try to set up an ambush, but they still cared enough after they found out that one was Uchiha and one was Senju. Now, even after that, they still try to warn each other that their families was pretty much trying to kill them. So you already see a bond at a very young age. And you also got to keep in mind, these might be kids, but they're ninjas, so they don't experience death and all that. And what I like about this backstory versus backstories in general is we see how the story of Naruto has formed, and the government, the policies, the name. We see why Naruto, as in the universe, is why it is the way it is. Even the name. When they was coming up with names, Hashirama asked Madara, what should we call this? And we see a leaf fall in his hand with a hole in it. He looks through, and that's how they got the name. He's seen the village hidden in the leaf. So that's how I got their name. And the rules, the ninja rules and all that, it all came about through war. That was just like it is now, and that's how it was in the past. War was everywhere. And obviously, bad things happened in war, and it affected Madara and Hashirama badly. Obviously, both their kids, and they're experiencing friends and family dying right in front of them. So as they were kids, they already made up rules on how life should be. And eventually, as they got stronger, and obviously we know they formed a village, those same rules that they had as a kid became the rules that generations later on still follow to this day. Naruto as himself. So that's why I like this backstory a lot. I think this backstory was done a lot better than majority of anime and manga that we see. Most backstories, it just tells you a little bit here and there. But this backstory tells you pretty much why the whole Naruto universe is the way it is. And I think it's pretty interesting because pretty much the way every ninja lives and conducts himself now is all comes from Hashirama and Madara. Even though Madara obviously nowadays is evil and everyone is scared of him, they live their lives based on his philosophy, and Hashirama's also. So I thought that was a pretty good writing skill, I guess, that Kishimoto put into that backstory. If I remember, I think that's more or less it. We kind of see how the Uchiha are not favored by the Kages. The first Hokage, he tried everything in his power to make the Uchihas happy, make Madara happy, but it's kind of like they always knew they were hated. So I said, no matter what the first did, it's like they already knew that, okay, the first may accept us, but the rest of the world doesn't accept us. So you kind of see how the growing hate ensued. And obviously, so after that, Madara got mad for the last time. And, even the second, like I said, the second hates the Uchihas. So he strategically made them the police force and all that to push them out of the village. And like I said, once, Madara pretty much had his limit. And he decided, like, you know what, screw you. You don't like my family, so we're just going to leave. I'm going to leave. And I'm just going to keep attacking you. And that's pretty much what he did. And the last time we see Madara fighting, the first, and it's a pretty damn epic battle. I mean, it's insane. What the first does with wood is freaking amazing. I mean, fighting the Nine Tails with Susanoo, all with wood. I mean, I don't understand how wood is so powerful. Maybe it's just those Hashirama cells, but what he does with wood is insane. And you can see why he's called the strongest. I mean, he was on par with Madara. And I think it was in one part he went into Sage mode with his wood somehow. So I mean, it was actually a pretty epic fight. It's kind of reminded me of Dragon Ball Z, which is a whole nother subject. So we see Madara and Hashirama fight. That's where we get the backstory. But I think one thing that I really liked and this to me is what settled their bond, was when Madara was on the ground, pretty much about to die. He told the first to kill him. And the first was like, no, I don't want to kill you. I want to be friends and bond with the Uchiha clan and all that fun stuff. And then this is right after the second killed his Madara's brother, which was it was pretty insane. I mean, the second is pretty damn fast. He obviously has more jutsu than just water, because he was extremely fast. So in order to rectify that situation, Madara's like, well, in order to rectify the situation, you have to either kill yourself or kill your brother. And the first he was thinking like real hard about this, like, that's an impossible decision. And the second said that too. But then the first was like, you know what? I think he started laughing too. He was like, Madara cared so much about me that he didn't give me one choice. He gave me two choices. And it's actually a pretty easy choice. So I'm going to kill myself. So he picks up the kunai, and he's about to kill himself. Like, he didn't even think twice about it. Like, that's how much he cared about Madara. And the next thing right before he gets him, you see Madara stop him. Because right there, that showed how much he cared for him, that he was easily willing to die for him. Even though they were enemies, and even though their clan was enemies and all that, their bond was so strong that he would still die for him. So that I think that was pretty good, and I think it kind of relates to Naruto and Sasuke. Like, Sasuke, he tried so hard to run away from Naruto, but no matter what, Naruto still has a bond with him, and he has a bond with Naruto too. Obviously, I mean, there's plenty of times in which he could have killed Naruto, and Naruto could have killed him too. Especially now, I mean, the power scale is way different. But through it all, they're still friends, and you see at the end of I think it's the last chapter, you see Sasuke like, oh, I'm about to go save the leaf again, even though at first I want to destroy it, but I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to save it now. So obviously he's about to team up with Naruto. And so anyway, as far as like these power skill battles go, I think the next few chapters, like when the fight ensues, I think it's going to be pretty epic. Because the first fight with Madara was on a whole new Naruto level. Like, there's never been a fight that destructive. Even Pain, when he literally destroyed the village, had nothing compared to what Madara in the first did. So I'm thinking these next few fights are going to be pretty insane. Now I know, if I remember right, like pretty much the Ten Tails is pretty much about to gain control over itself. So that's going to be interesting because it's going to change to its final form and it's going to be free. But when Kage show up, if you think about it, you got the four Kages are pretty much some of the strongest ninja in all of Naruto through all the generations, and now they're all dead, so they can't die anymore, and they all got 4 unlimited chakra. Now, if you remember the battle that we read between Madara and Hashirama, that was them fighting human with limited chakra. And they were that volley at the end, that was pretty much just an after effect of one move. They were destroying mountains easily. Like, they were destroying forests, like full forest. Like, it was nothing. I mean, they were insanely strong. They both should be considered the gods of the shinobi world, because I don't think no one could touch them. But anyway, now when the Kages meet up with Madara, Toby, I don't really think Obito / Toby is going to be too much of a problem. I mean, he's the only thing is Kamui. But when they fight, it's going to be insanely epic. I mean, it's going to be like, it's literally Clash of the Titans. You got full power Madara, unlimited full power Madara, and unlimited full power Kages. That's going to be insane. I mean, what we've seen in this war, whether you liked it or not, it's going to mean nothing to what's going to happen, or what could happen. I don't know how Kishimoto is going to take this angle, but I think this fight could easily be comparable to some Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like, there should be damn near continental destruction at the end of this war now. With a fully realized Ten Tails, or a majority realized Ten Tails. Yeah, I just used some Avatar lingo right there. Madara and the Kages, I mean, the first, and Madara by himself were destroying everything in sight. Let alone the second, who kind of hinted at having, like, the Flying God Jutsu, if you remember. They stated it. You got the third, who, I mean, we never really seen too much of the third, but the third was a pretty legendary ninja. Obviously, it's the Hokage, or was a Hokage. And obviously, the fourth is a pretty legendary ninja. I don't know about his destruction power, but obviously the first and second are some of the strongest ever. So, I think depending on how Kishimoto wants to take this, I think these next few chapters, once they meet up, is going to be pretty epic. Plus, I mean, Sasuke's about to come save the day, per se. Now, obviously, Sasuke is weak as hell right now. Sasuke is my favorite character, but at the same time, he's pretty much weak as hell right now. I mean, he's got EMS, but that's not going to really do too much. He needs a power-up. Now, I thought when he met the people that knew everything, aka the Kages, that was going to be a power-up for him. But obviously, that's not going to be a power-up. So I'm thinking, just like how Naruto is pretty much making everybody Nine-Tail mode, he's going to do that with Sasuke. Now, it may be a little different, obviously, since that's his bond, that's his friend. But I'm thinking that's going to be his only power-up. Now, I think eventually he'll get a permanent power-up. But I think as far as this war goes, I think Sasuke is just going to have that temporary Biju mode power-up. Now, if he does get the Biju mode power-up, obviously he won't be on par with Naruto, but he'll be pretty damn strong. Like, I mean, imagine what the Biju chakra is doing now to everybody. Is making him damn near 10 times stronger, if not more. Let alone with Sasuke's EMS. I mean, imagine his Susanoo, his Amaterasu. Like, that Amaterasu instead of burning for 7 days, it probably burn for damn near a month, if not more. So he's going to get a power up, but I think it's going to be through Naruto. Which, I mean, I'm not mad at. I do eventually, obviously he's my favorite character, I do want him to eventually have a permanent power up minus that. So, I hope it does work out. And I wasn't thinking about this, but I was talking to Game on Cloud 9 yesterday, and about this whole Naruto and Sasuke fight. He thinks it may not happen, and I don't think it will happen. I mean, like, there's kind of no reason for it to happen now. Like, Sasuke flip-flopped so much from being good to bad, good to bad, good to bad, destroying this, not destroying this, destroying this, not destroying it. And in Orochimaru, he's like, good now, I guess. He's following Sasuke's lead. The Kages are on his side, pretty much. So, it's like, there's really no reason for Sasuke and Naruto to fight anymore. I mean, Naruto's whole existence even now, is to bring Sasuke back to the village. Like, that's pretty much his whole existence. The only reason why he's done anything that he's done, minus from being a good guy, was to bring Sasuke back. And now Sasuke is going to come back willingly on the good side to help Naruto, pretty much. So the odds of this Naruto or Sasuke fight happening, I think it's 50-50. Because, like, their only reason to fight would be to fight. Like, just because they're rivals. That would be the only reason. But, I mean, as far as now, Sasuke is pretty much good again. So, it's not going to be like before. Now, if it does happen, I think it's going to be pretty epic. But, I don't know, I'm not sure if it will happen. Because there's, like I said, there's no reason to, minus the fact that they're rivals. That'd be the only reason. So, I mean, you can still be hopeful for it. But I'm just saying the odds are a lot lower. I mean, it's been hyped up since, what, fucking first episode of Naruto. But, I mean, just because it's been hyped up, don't mean you can't disappoint a little bit. But, I mean, you know, like I said, it's still a possibility. So, anyway, this has been my wrap-up of the past 10 chapters of Naruto. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the Naruto manga. If you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you, because these past 10 chapters have been freaking amazing to me. So, anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. This is Ryu Itachi signing out.